नमस्कार मित्रों, वेलकम टू माय चैनल गौर से देखो। आज मैं अगर इस देश के किसी भी पेरेंट से या उसके बच्चे से, चाइल्ड से ये पूछूं कि वो ज़िंदगी में क्या चाहता है, who's going to appear for say 12th का एग्ज़ाम और appearing for JEE or something, तो आई एम श्योर 100% लोगों का जवाब ये होगा कि they would like their child to get into IIT, pass there, get into IIM, and then get a fat salary in some multinational company. I mean, that is the dream of a common Indian, maybe a billion Indians. And they are not wrong. We are conditioned that way. That is the measure of success. पर उन हज़ारों लाखों बच्चों में कुछ अलग भी होते हैं। And इत्तेफाक से मैं उनमें से एक को जानता हूँ। And मैं चाहूँगा कि आप भी उससे मिलें। मिलने के पहले मैं आपको उसका ब्रीफ इंट्रोडक्शन देना चाहूँगा। ही इज़ के शरत फ्रॉम हैदराबाद। ही पास्ड आउट फ्रॉम IIM अहमदाबाद इन 2005 along with my younger son, and that is how I know him. Now मेरी इससे पहली मुलाकात अहमदाबाद में IIM के कॉन्वोकेशन में हुई थी, and there itself my son introduced him to me and हम लोग बात कर रहे थे, and my son told me that he is not going for the interviews for placements, and that was very surprising. Everybody was those days into those placements for these big companies, including my son. So I found Sharat very interesting, and I got talking to him because he also knew about my background a little bit through my son. My son must have told him about me. I mean, I was also an eccentric in a sense that I did my engineering, and then after 20 years in business, I left all that to become an artist, my dream. At the time I met him in 2005, I was deeply into my art, making sculptures. So in some form, Sharat was inspired by me, I think, because he still tells me that. So I told Sharat that I jumped into art after 20 years in life experience of business and other things. But he was trying to take the plunge straight away at that stage from getting out of IIM, and he took that plunge. His passion was to educate children, which is a very noble profession, which people have made a business, big business today, in the sense that you open a school and you get hundreds and thousands of children, and it's big business now. But his aim was not to open a school. His aim was to educate them in a very different way. Now, that's why he was different. I lost touch with him for some time, and then, but I knew through my son that he is still struggling and trying to make new programs for children, which he is going to schools, giving lectures. It was a very tedious job, but he pursued for 10, 12 years. And after that came COVID, and all direct contact classes and things finished. His business came to a halt. He was almost bankrupt and out. And then he got an idea to get into a different field, that is making educational toys. So he started a new business as a result of COVID, which he started then exporting to America and other countries. And he set up in last 3 years a big business that has a turnover of nearly 30 crores now. He is exporting most of it, and he is back on his feet. I mean, that is some staying power. But in the conventional sense, where we call a success, success is a 1,000 crore company or a 5,000 crore company. You make Paytm or you make Zomato or some such big platform. So he has not done that, at least yet. And in his own way, he is still struggling. But I liked his spirit of struggle, that only that person can understand who enjoys that journey. Sometimes they say journey is better than the destination. Anyway, this is all the background. See, this time when I was coming from Puri and I was going to Hampi, I stopped at Hyderabad particularly to meet this guy, and I spent a day with him. In fact, 2 days. So I would like you to see what he's doing right now.
Yeah, hi, I'm Sharat. I am running an organization called Butterfly Edufields. Have been at it for last 14 years. We started as a company which was doing school programs to help kids improve science and math. During COVID, we had to reorganize ourselves, and one of the opportunities we saw was to become a toy company, and that is when we started selling some of the products, modified some of our existing products to sell through Amazon. Then we got the opportunity of selling through Amazon in 5 other countries, and we saw that's a huge market, huge opportunity.
So this is product of COVID.
Yeah, positive.
One of the benefits of COVID. And China going down.
Yeah, both the things. And there was, at least for 2 years, there were lots of constraints, supply chain constraints in China that also helped the world realize that they need to have other options, not be solely dependent. So that's where we see, as a country, there's a lot of opportunity for a lot of entrepreneurs to create. So one part is the software part, but I also see intelligent manufacturing, getting down to smart manufacturing, where we can, because it also employs. For example, toys is the industry which employs the highest number of people per capita. So for every crore of investment in toy industry, if I am not wrong, 40 people get employed. Whereas in any other industry, it will be a fraction of that. China started their exports on the backbone of toys. They went to the world with toys first. So we do about 1 billion worth of toys in India, whereas the global market is close to 100 billion. So we are just still at 1%. And China is doing close to 80 billion.
And this all these products are being exported to US.
They're being exported to US.
For children.
East. Yeah. So this is like a magnetic letters and box.
Yeah.
For kids. So they got all alphabet numbers.
For 5 to 10 year kids?
This one is for younger, 3-year-olds.
3-year-olds.
This is like an art kit. So they get their own stencils. This is like an art kit. They get all these. So this
and the competition is with China.
Absolutely. And these Chinese companies are operating at 100x productivity levels than us. So in terms of costs also, their input costs are almost at a fraction of what we start with. So they're already at an advantage, and so it would.
But in spite of that, you are competing in the market.
We are competing, and the whole thing is we are trying to bring in intellectual part to stay relevant. If we just keep doing commodity based of products, then it is impossible to. So we are trying to bring in some thought, intellect into it to stay relevant. This is the manufacturing unit where they are producing all the stuff, and they are employing about 150 people on the shop floor, most of them being women. We are doing so much progress in all these fields, but still we are not able to make the basic electric motor, this motor. Motor that we get from Indian guys would be like 5 times heavier and would be at close to $1.
And that is.
Those are not meant for toy motors. They are not light, so they require more power.
And where's the bottleneck in making in India? The magnet.
I think the permanent magnets. So China has done a great thing of sourcing raw material. So for example, they pick a lot of these rare earth metals from Australia. They've created the entire supply chain industry in China, and because they are doing it at scale, they are able to make it at almost such low price. I admire the perseverance of Sharat and his wife Meenakshi in running this show. He could easily have got a plush job in some big shot MNC in India or abroad and had a cushy life. But he chose this difficult path just for his passion to give employment to people and do something meaningful on his own. That is most admirable. And that is what makes somebody different. I would love to follow his progress, because one day I'm sure he's going to crack the code and make it big in the commercial sense for people. Thanks for watching.